And there you have it, the end of our in-depth lowdown on the champions' impressive season, which saw Los Blancos dominate the campaign from start to finish. It was Ancelotti's La Liga, and he's now the first coach to win the 5 big European competitions. It was the La Liga of Courtois and his miracles. La Liga of the rock-solid Alaba and Militao partnership. A season in which we say farewell to Marcelo, the player to have won the most titles in the history of Real Madrid. A campaign in which we witnessed the magic of a man called Luka Modric. And the emergence of the exciting young talent that is Vinicius. And above all, it was the La Liga of Karim Benzema, an absolute living legend who goes from strength to strength, and who was unquestionably the king of the 2021-2022 season. After a long, hard haul in which they've proved to be the very best, the 35th league trophy is now in the hands of the team in white. Congratulations, Real Madrid, worthy winners of this season's La Liga Santander.
If you or someone you know owned or leased a diesel vehicle between 2007 and 2020, you could be entitled to significant compensation. And at My Diesel Claim, we're experts in handling these claims. Millions of drivers have been misled by numerous manufacturers about emissions, and hundreds of thousands have already filed their claims. Simply visit our site now and check your vehicle instantly. It's completely free to sign up, and you can start your claim in seconds. Visit mydieselclaim.com and join thousands of others starting their claims today.
returned from a mid-season spell at Everton. No doubt, plenty of expectation on Real Madrid, as always, moving into their campaign.
Yeah, of course, and look, these are the champions of Europe, these are the champions of Spain. They are hoping to keep themselves on that pedestal, and when you have a manager of the ilk and the class and the desire of Carlo Ancelotti, even at his age, and I hope he forgives me, even at his age, he's still a born winner, and he wants to keep going and going and going. He's not going to let this Real Madrid team rest on their laurels. The minute they won La Liga, the minute they won Champions League, those medals were discarded. He will have ordered them to be discarded, and they've moved on literally the next day. Granted, a night of celebration, I'm sure, but after that, they would be fully focused on this season. And what bigger an occasion than El Clasico in Las Vegas in front of this packed house, this vociferous crowd, Callum.
A crowd of over 65,000, we're told, inside the gorgeous Allegiant Stadium. A raucous roar to welcome the two teams. Both history and hysteria in itself inside the walls of Allegiant Stadium. A gargantuan crowd for a juggernaut football match. The eyes of the world fixated on Las Vegas, fixated on Real Madrid, Barcelona. Well, whether you're watching in London, Lisbon, Lahore, Liverpool, this is Las Vegas. Arguably the entertainment capital of the world, and the perfect place for both to enthrall and compel. Handshakes aplenty, and all eyes on Robert Lewandowski, the new Barcelona centre-forward, making his debut today. So then let's focus on Real Madrid then, Matt Lawrence. Your eyes focusing on both ends of the field today.
Yes, certainly for me, this could be the end of the line for Eden Hazard and his Real Madrid career. I feel he needs to offer us something. Of course, not just tonight. This is still a pre-season friendly. Whatever we think of this massive occasion, but we need to see something from him. He needs to stay fit, and he needs to offer us what we saw at Chelsea. And talking about Chelsea, the other end of the field, I'm a defender by trade, all about Rudiger. What can he offer this Real Madrid backline? Can he offer stability alongside Militao?
So then, from a Barcelona perspective, Xavi, the head coach, is in attendance, we're told. 5 adjustments after that 6-0 thumping of Major League Soccer's Inter Miami. All eyes undoubtedly, though, Matt Lawrence, on Robert Lewandowski.
And why wouldn't they be? We've seen his face flash up on the big screen time and time again. He's met rapturous roars every time we see his face, but he's all about goals, isn't he? Just under $50 million they paid to Bayern Munich for this guy who's 33 years of age, nearly 34. He hasn't got many years left, but if he can carry this Barcelona side to La Liga glory and then to Champions League glory, it will be worth every penny, even if he only lasts a season or two.
So then, the fixture that he is more than familiar of, over 500 appearances and 15 major honours as a Barcelona player, now in charge of steering the ship. Carlo Ancelotti, of course, returning to Real Madrid after success elsewhere. The former Juventus, Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern München man now again in charge of Real Madrid, and delivered their 35th league title and their 14th Champions League triumph, arriving from Everton last season. Well, regardless of this being a so-called friendly, this a fixture that lives right on the edge. In a place that often delivers sport right on the edge. A compelling and enthralling evening expected. And so away we go. And we welcome you to the planet's ultimate club game. This modern-day juggernaut of a football match, the champions of Europe, the conquerors of Spain up against the most envious and immaculate of rivals. A classic of its time and quite beautifully, appropriately named El Clasico. Welcome to one of the great thrills of our game. Welcome to Real Madrid versus Barcelona. An exhibition version of it, but Matt Lawrence, this will hardly be friendly here this evening.
No, it won't be at all. And look, my football snobbery is well and truly in check. This is a massive game here, massive sense of occasion, certainly for all of the fans here, and of course for the players on show here as well. Both sides have gone with really strong lineups, and already we see in the middle third of the park the challenges are going to go in. This isn't going to be a particularly friendly.
Exhibit A, Robert Lewandowski, with a rather spontaneous and aggressive introduction to El Clasico. Here's Courtois. Real Madrid, of course, finishing above Barcelona in the standings in the La Liga table once again last year. Champions of Europe after beating Liverpool in the UEFA Champions League final. He once again masterminded it. 13 points they finished ahead of second place Barcelona in the last campaign. Barcelona with no league title for the last 3 years. As it stands, the La Liga trophy has found a home in Madrid, in between both Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Barcelona in need of some fine-tuning. Robert Lewandowski, the well-oiled Polish goal-scoring machine, here to answer their call. Here's Araujo. Barcelona look for an early advantage here. Ansu Fati. Ball comes across goal. Scrambled away by Rudiger. Back in to the danger zone. Met in mid-flight by Militao. Fast and frantic start to El Clasico here in Las Vegas.
It is, and I think you make a really valid point, Callum, as well, about Barcelona and the fact that they've played second best to their biggest rivals, Real Madrid, for 3 years now. 2018-19 was the last time they won La Liga, and I think they want to put down a marker, and they want to put down a marker as early as possible, and that could start here in Las Vegas. Granted, no points are on show at all, but they've started fast, they've started frenetic, Barcelona here. And there's a reason that they've brought in the likes of Rafinha. There's a reason they've brought in Lewandowski, Frank Kessie, Andreas Christensen as well. It is to propel themselves and to get a foothold not only in La Liga but also Champions League and be successful again to back where they believe they belong.
Here's Ansu Fati. Gets the halfway out he needs. Tidied up by Rodrigo for Real Madrid. Vinicius Junior taken down, no free kick given. Here's Camavinga to tidy up. Vasquez. Amongst the crowd. Camavinga again. Alaba. It's the former Bayern Munich man who played alongside Robert Lewandowski for many a year. Barcelona forced into a defensive moment. Christensen coming across the cover.
Yeah, about the first we've seen of Andreas Christensen, the man who's come across from Chelsea, of course, on a free transfer. A great signing, Christensen. Really is very solid defensively and suits the Barcelona mould as well. Very comfortable on the ball, will be more than happy to carry the ball out of the back.
Jordi Alba interrogating pass forwards, which Courtois is able to gather. Of course, no Karim Benzema for Real Madrid here this evening. As it of course, joined them on this pre-season tour of the United States, but Carlo Ancelotti neglecting to give him the opportunity of playing in front of the crowd here today. A very different role for Eden Hazard up front for Real Madrid. Rodrigo. Well, the referee's been lenient in the opening 5 minutes.
I absolutely concur, very lenient. Sometimes you like the game to flow, but also you don't really want to let everything go and just offer up the players on the field. If they think the referee's been lenient in pre-season, they're going to have a little nibble in the middle of the park, aren't they? They'll put the challenges in.
Miscue on the far side from another new boy for Barcelona, Rafinha, who's arrived after 11 goals in 35 Premier League appearances for Leeds United under the American Jesse Marsch last season.
Yeah, and a poor Leeds United side as well, so to be scoring 11 goals in a side that just about escaped relegation. You know the guy's got talent, and he really did instigate this move between himself and Barcelona. There was no way in the world he was going to be allowed to stay at Leeds United. However much Leeds United coveted him, wanted him to stay, he was always going to be on the move, similar to Calvin Phillips in a way, and Manchester City.
Well, Rafinha, the most expensive signing of the off-season for Barcelona, costing a cool €48 million. Lewandowski, the most high-profile, though, no doubt about it. Here's Rodrigo, stopped in his path by the ever so impressive Pedri in the centre of midfield. Here's Christensen. Busquets. Delightful little dink forwards, required an intervention which came from Alaba. There's Thibaut Courtois. Immaculate goalkeeper on his day. Alba. To Stegen. A finger on hand here for Real Madrid. Militao. And Antonio Rudiger. Another free transfer arrival from Chelsea in the off-season. And the miscue. Perhaps Barcelona could take advantage. Ansu Fati seemed to get himself tangled up.
And he certainly did get himself tangled up, Ansu Fati there. But also you have to credit Lucas Vázquez for getting himself back into position. He had just vacated that right back berth initially, but got himself back in position. And talking about fullbacks, it looks as though Antonio Rudiger is playing as a left back at the moment. Certainly surprising to us, but I don't think it's just that's where he's positioned now. I think that's where he has been for the first few minutes of the game, and I think that's his position for the first 45 minutes. Certainly my assumption, not why Real Madrid signed him, to play as a left back, Callum.
Talking of left backs, Alaba into Fati. Pedri with a delightful ball to the far side, into the green-booted Rafinha. Garcia brings it beautifully into the path of Rafinha once more. Here come Barcelona. Rafinha, twinkle-toed. Busquets. Gavi. Barcelona happy to retreat for the time being. And already, short of 10 minutes, the Olés have started. Here's Rafinha. Twisting and turning. And this time, the stand-in fullback, Antonio Rudiger, doing just about enough to thwart Rafinha.
Well, his one-on-one defending is certainly going to be tested here, and you see it. The quick feet, the trickery of Rafinha. But Rudiger stood up big and strong, and he watched the ball. He wasn't watching the hip movements. He wasn't watching the body sways of Rafinha. Watched the ball and defended really well there, Rudiger.
Real Madrid finds something here. Valverde. Delightful ball in towards Eden Hazard. Defended by Garcia. To Stegen. Into Busquets. Cleverly done by Lewandowski. Barcelona pressing forward here. Lewandowski. Good save by Courtois. First real test of the Belgian goalkeeper this evening.
And this is what the crowd came to see. That man there with a ball at his feet, Lewandowski. But credit the defence of Real Madrid, because they congregate around the German, or the Pole, Lewandowski. And as he strikes towards that near post, Ter Stegen gets down very well to his left-hand side. Too wide though, too tight an angle really for Lewandowski to trouble Ter Stegen.
Cleverly done. Sulfati unable to combine. It's not the best efforts of Robert Lewandowski. Camavinga comfortably into the path of Courtois. Just the 29 La Liga goals conceded last season for the Belgian. League winner with Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid and Chelsea. 15 clean sheets last season. You have some work to do to keep a clean sheet here tonight. Lewandowski put away by Alaba. Rodrigo. Now the turn of Real Madrid. Vinicius Junior. Can they find something here? Rodrigo. Tchouaméni. Aurélien Tchouaméni. And now the Ole's starting from the Real Madrid fans. Hazard. Vinicius Junior craving half a yard. Arriving with support is Rudiger. Took a deflection and scrambled away by Alaba.
Well, the marauding Antonio Rudiger very much on show at the moment down that left-hand side. As I say, this is not why Real Madrid bought him. Certainly my assumption they didn't buy him to be playing as a left-back. For playing as a left-back he is right now. Alaba and Militao, the left-sided and right-sided centre-halves. And he's really doing a job on Rafinha right now, is Rudiger.
Alaba. Here's Eric Garcia, Spanish international. Who's left Barcelona in 2017 for Manchester City, but then returned in 2021. Just 21 years of age. And for those potential suitors watching on, in case you're wondering, the buyout clause is just the 400 million euros. Rudiger making the challenge necessary. Alaba getting the better of his former teammate Robert Lewandowski. Here's Rafinha. Gavi. And Garcia once again. A wayward pass from Christensen. Does raise the right arm in apologetic fashion. Rather than a clash between two former FC Bayern players here.
Yeah, Alaba certainly with a raised foot there. Lewandowski just at the last minute just ducked his head. Took a little bit of a nick on the shoulder, but he'll be all right, Lewandowski. So here he is again, Callum, as well. Rudiger, you see him playing as a fullback, taking the throw-ins. Completely old school, old-fashioned route. Fullback right now, Rudiger. Very surprising, I think, to see him in that position. But he's sticking limpet-like to Rafinha at the moment. And so far, honours not quite even. Honours really have gone to Rudiger.
Well, he's had admirers in Madrid for many a year. The 29-year-old joined in June after 5 seasons at Chelsea. Ironically, his last Chelsea goal came against Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League quarter-finals.
And also his best season at Chelsea was his last season. No surprise for me, you quite often see that, whether it's in football, whether it's in NBA, NFL players coming to the end of their contracts. They seem to find that extra 1 or 2% to show to potential suitors what they can do.
Well, he's been able to find the extra 1 or 2 bodies this season, hasn't he, Carlo Ancelotti? Very, very busy, and once again, a whole host of money spent by Real Madrid to keep themselves where many believe they belong, towards the top end of European football. Busquets. Kept forward at the second time of asking, repelled by Alaba. And now Camavinga, turning into trouble, and able to wriggle away. Never so delightfully. Rodrigo. Camavinga taken down. Referee immediately recognising the situation.
Yeah, but great ball retention there from Real Madrid. And just that willingness to take the ball in tight spaces there from Camavinga. Got his body in between himself, went between the Barcelona player and the ball. First touch was spot on as well, just invited the challenge on and then went over. No surprise really that both sets of players willing to take the ball in tight spaces. The best of the best right here.
Rudiger going a little short, for Courtois' liking. Vinicius Junior taken down by another evasive challenge from Ronald Araujo. The Uruguayan pleading his case. Here come Barcelona again. Lewandowski unable to find Rafinha. And Courtois, as well as Vasquez, come under pressure. Camavinga. And Barcelona defend another spring. And the counter press here from Real Madrid. Rudiger. Just away from the grasp of Hazard. And the effort towards goal! Just a whisker away from opening the scoreline here in Las Vegas. Valverde coming within a whisker, Matt.
What a strike this is. It's a terrific first touch as well. Gets the ball out of his feet. The standing foot is off the ground as well. He hits it with full force with the laces of the right boot. And you see the goal shake, the cameras shake. So close. A whisker away there, Valverde.
So 18 minutes to pass, Matt Lawrence. Thoughts, observations?
I quite like pre-season friendlies, Callum. I'm all for them. It's such a, not only is it a spectacle, but to see these players here as well, maybe not playing quite at full tilt. It's the first friendly for Real Madrid. And let's be honest, Barcelona weren't exactly tested against Inter Miami either. But this is being played at 90–95%. And it's fun and it's exciting.
Ansu Fati to Jordi Alba. Araujo. Christensen, of course, brought into a back line that conceded 38 goals in 38 La Liga games last year. Busquets, picked up into the sky by David Alaba. Miscue from Vasquez. And now Camavinga. Awkward turn from him. Fati! Real Madrid very nearly the architects of their own downfall.
Well, and this is all about Camavinga. He tries a little Cruyff turn in his own penalty area and gets it all wrong. And so does Ansu Fati, though. He goes with his left foot, and the inside of his left foot is always curling away from goal. He needs to hit it with the laces or the outside of the left foot to keep it on target. It's a poor effort from Fati, as it was from Camavinga.
Now then, at the other end of the field, here come Real Madrid. Rodrigo. Hazard. Rudiger. Can they find a way through on this occasion? Not if Araujo on the far side has anything to do with it. Superb piece of defending from the Uruguayan.
It really was. The fence is on top right now, and one-on-one defending has been quite glorious so far. We've seen Rudiger on Rafinha, and there we see Araujo as well. Quite fantastic defending, not willing to watch the body swerves, the hips move. It's all about focusing on the ball, keeping that low centre of gravity as well. And Araujo, he loved it, and then he fired the ball against the hoardings as well. Don't get kidded on that this is just a pre-season friendly. This means the world to some of these players.
Cavi. Rafinha's ball in, way by the commanding head of Alaba. So Shagan forced a long way out, calmly clipping into the channel.
Well, as is the want of the modern-day goalkeeper, both Courtois and Ter Stegen, so calm under pressure and with the ball on their feet. Both have great starting positions. Ter Stegen constantly 25 yards, 30 yards out of his goal. Always on his toes, always expecting a quick counter from the opposition.
Busquets. And Valverde now into Eden Hazard, who is tricked by the trailing leg of Rafinha.
Well, it's not quite his position, is it? Eden Hazard is dropping deeper and deeper. He doesn't really want to be playing as that archetypal number 9. Yes, wearing the 7 shirt, but playing as a centre forward here. And as the game has progressed, Callum, he's been dropping deeper and deeper, and there we saw him being fouled in the centre circle. That's how deep he's dropping.
Well, our coverage of the Soccer Champions Tour 2022 continues on Tuesday when FC Barcelona take on Juventus at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. That a 7:30 kickoff Central Time. Tuesday, Real Madrid take on Club America at the Oracle Park in San Francisco, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. And then Saturday, Real Madrid take on Juventus from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California at 7 p.m. Pacific. A fabulous pre-season tournament continues. We've treated to Juventus Chivas Guadalajara last night here in Las Vegas. Juventus victorious by 2-0. Lewandowski caught in the crowd. And Courtois thumping away.
And it's intriguing, Callum, to see any time the ball goes near Lewandowski, the white shirts swarm around him, not just defenders, but the holding midfielders as well, whether it be Tchouaméni, whether it be Camavinga. They're getting around him. They're not allowing him too much time on the ball.
Cavi. Combining with Rafinha. So Rafinha will leave the throw now for Araujo. Joined Barcelona B in 2018 from Boston River in Uruguay. Last goal for Barcelona actually came in a 4-0 victory over Real Madrid back in March. The penultimate defeat of the La Liga season for Real Madrid. Robert Lewandowski continuing to show his new teammates what they have to aim for. And he'll be delighted to know the next competitive meeting between these two sides will actually be the 250th iteration. I think there's a sense of occasion today. Now defending to do for Real Madrid as Rafinha stands over, and a myriad of maybes for Barcelona. Who won themselves a throw on the far side. Carlo Ancelotti replaced Zinedine Zidane in June. 11 major honours to his name, won league titles in 5 different countries and the Champions League 5 times. Here's Garcia. Delightfully driven ball, only into the path of Rudiger though. Camavinga. Here's Rudiger again. And Real Madrid look to interrogate Barcelona. It's Rudiger! And wide.
Well, he may predominantly play as a centre-half, Antonio Rudiger. But look at this. The overlapping fullback picks the ball up from Camavinga just inside his own half. And with nobody closing him down, he decides to have an effort at goal. Should never be able to get within 22, 23 yards of the goal without being closed down. It's an unopposed strike. He has to do better there, Rudiger.
Stegen forced into a clearance. Aurelian Tchouameni forced into the pass out wide. Vasquez amongst the forest of Barcelona players pressing. Militao a little uncomfortable. And giving the ball away. Rafinha! Lift off in Las Vegas. High press, high stakes, high reward. Rafinha with his second goal for Barcelona, who lead in Las Vegas in El Clasico.
Well, you're told as a 12-year-old never play balls square across the top of your own penalty area. And Militao doesn't heed that warning, and Rafinha, this is quite exquisite. He couldn't have placed it any better. He hits it with the inside of his left foot, but with power. And there's absolutely nothing the best goalkeeper in the world, Courtois, can do about that. And boy, is Rafinha happy with that. Leeds United fans know what he can do, and now Barcelona fans know what he can do.
They will be delighted. As we insinuated earlier on, Matt Lawrence, this may only be an exhibition game, but it feels it means so much more. This is now Hazard, as Real Madrid look for an immediate response. Barcelona leading by 1-0. Rafinha's second goal in as many pre-season games. The question will now be what sort of a response do Real Madrid have up their sleeve? How will Militao be thinking? What will he be thinking after giving away the ball so cheaply and so poorly?
Well, he'll definitely be thinking, don't try and play square balls across the top of my own penalty area with my weaker left foot. Granted, a professional footballer should be two-footed, but he got it all wrong. And Rafinha just said, thank you very much. And in a split second, in a blink of the eye, almost the ball's in the back of the net. Nothing Courtois can do about that.
Nothing. Here come Barcelona again. Pedri. Rudiger to meet it in mid-flight. Once we have a moment, Matt Lawrence, the two centre-backs for Barcelona, Christensen and Garcia, playing together for the first time. What have we made of them? What does your centre-half expertise think?
Well, I think they're very thankful that they're playing up against Eden Hazard and not against Karim Benzema. Yeah, look, they haven't been tested. They haven't been tried, they haven't been tested. Hazard's never going to run in behind them. As we all know, and an Hazard in the summer shouldn't really be